Hi, my name's Eric Lawson. I'm going to the street of Philadelphia to ask questions about the Second Amendment and to see what people know. Our founding fathers formed militias to fight the tyrannical British government, and without those militias, they would not have won the war. Our founding fathers gave us the right to form well-regulated militias. The key words there are well-regulated. What can you tell me about the Second Amendment?
I don't know, really.
Can you tell me what the Second Amendment is?
I don't know it.
You don't know it?
Second Amendment?
Yeah.
No, I don't know what the Second Amendment is.
Something about well-armed militias.
Yeah.
Second Amendment is it the right to bear arms? No?
Yeah. Can you tell me what the Second Amendment is?
I don't know.
You don't know? Can you tell me what the Second Amendment is?
It's supposed to be about the right to bear arms.
Well, it's an amendment to our Constitution that gives the people the right to raise and bear arms.
Do you know why we had the Second Amendment?
Because of the soldiers in the Revolutionary War.
Why do we have the Second Amendment?
That's up for a debate, apparently. It's supposed to be, that's what I think. It's supposed to be about, some say, protection against military overtake, or others just say it's for the right to bear arms for protection.
So it was intended to allow the people to raise their own militia.
Why do we have the Second Amendment?
So in case our government gets too big for their britches, we can use it to overthrow the government.
Incidences involving mass shooting have actually decreased, with 42 in 1990 to 26 in 2010. And the possibility of being a victim of a mass shooting is the same as being struck by lightning. In your belief, do you think banning guns could help prevent mass shootings?
Probably not,
Probably
but
not.
I still believe in banning guns, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to help nitwits.
Do you believe that banning guns will end shooting sprees?
I think so, because we learned about this in class, like a study that a gun in the environment exponentially raises the shooting rate. Obviously, having a gun in any situation, because if there was no gun, there would be no possibility of shooting.
Yeah, I want them to be banned. The only one should carry the guns is the police and nobody else.
What do I think about it?
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea, and I think it's becoming a major problem, almost like a health epidemic. So it needs to be addressed.
Now, the current administration is trying to keep military-grade weapons out of the hands of the people. They may only want to remove assault rifles and to limit the magazine capacity, but if this is done, how are we to protect ourselves? That is why the Second Amendment is in place, so that the American people can defend themselves from any threat, domestic or foreign. Will banning guns end shooting sprees?
It's a tough one. Nobody will know that. You could think it will, just like trying to fight the war on drugs. It doesn't end addicts, but I think limiting it and educating people can have some effect, and it's the right step forward.
Hard thing to know.
Yeah, I know.
I think with any kind, if people want to be violent, they'll find a way.
I think banning guns would do something like prohibition. It would just create a bigger black market that actually worsens the problem.
Will banning guns help prevent mass shootings?
No.
No?
Guns don't kill people. People kill people.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess in some way, but I still think they would still happen. Just because if people want to get a gun, they could get a gun.
Do you believe that banning guns will end shooting sprees?
No.
No?
Because the other people that have been getting guns without the right way, they're still going to find them.
No.
No? Okay.
Simply because the next thing would be banning knives.
Every public shooting with 3 or more people from 1950 till today has actually been caused in gun-free zones. Do you know what Obama's gun control plan is?
Increase background checks, and I believe he wants to outlaw large capacity magazines.
He's got multiple aspects to it. I know he wants to open up the study to determine how guns affect people, which I know was canceled by the NRA.
In my opinion, they're so strict about your driver's license.
Yeah.
And you have to take all kinds of tests. I think that's exactly what they should do with the arms.
I think there needs to be much more psychological training with the police and continuation of psychology and therapy to help all the people to understand what their potential is and what they can do.
So is the issue gun violence leading to mass shootings, or is it the government overstepping its constitutional boundaries?
We have this mentality that somehow we have the right to do whatever we want to other people.
Yeah.
How do you legislate that?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, it's against the law to steal cars, yet there are still cars being stolen.
And if they're responsible human beings, they should be allowed to have a gun if they want.
And I see the world that it possibly can be getting better as long as the 12-step programs exist, the therapy exists, and the police learn to respect human life, and human life learns to respect the police.